person were saying that this rule will not last. This rule will not last. I think you guys are correct. This rule will definitely not last. It has happened again. Hi beautiful people, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. If today is your first time here, my name is Stella. On this channel, I talk about my life in the UK, what is happening around me, and I share information. On this channel, I also do reaction videos. So if this content sounds like what you'll be interested in, then do not forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos. Click on that notification bell to get notified whenever I post any new video. And for my returning subscribers, you guys are the real G. Thank you guys for always coming back to watch my videos. Well guys, this video I'm a bit excited about this news because even up to now, the UK is on fire. So many persons are not happy with the previous, updates that they said no more dependent. For those of you that don't know, in the past, if you get healthcare job with visa sponsorship, you're allowed to come with your dependent, meaning you can come with your wife, your partner, your children, you can come with them. Yeah. But recently, UK government made a U-turn saying that after the 11th of March, there's no more dependent, meaning after the 11th of March, if you get COS and switch your visa, you cannot stay or come with your dependent in the UK, except if you have already switched to healthcare job before the 11th of March, you can still bring your dependent. And so many people were saying this rule will not last. So meaning people already in the UK with their children will start sending their children back, and honestly, it's not fair for healthcare workers. Well, fast forward to today's video why I am excited. I made a video where I was saying petition for healthcare workers. People were, signing petition that why would the UK government say people already in the UK, after the 11th of March are not allowed to bring dependents. And even if they have dependent in the UK, as long as that child is not born in the UK, the child have to go back. So people were signing this petition. I made a video on that and I left the petition link. Some of you signed, which is honestly good because at the end of the day, we are doing it for our own people. Whether you have got stay in this country, whether you have sponsorship, there's nothing wrong with you signing the petition. Do you understand? So many persons signed the petition because it's not fair. And there's this article that also says something that is so heartbreaking to hear. It says it's inhuman Home Office denying visas to children of migrant healthcare workers. And under it says the Home Office is systematically barring young children from joining their mother in Britain despite extensive proof that the women are their primary caregiver. The women left their children, some as young as 2, in temporary care of their relative friends while they moved to Britain from countries including Zimbabwe, Zambia, Kenya, South Africa, and India. Before leaving, they say they had been reassured by the employer that their children will be able to follow them in line with the current immigration rule, permitting healthcare workers to bring close family members. But when they applied for the children visa, the application were rejected. In refusal letter seen by Observer, the Home Office questioned why the children could not stay permanently with their grandparent or other relative. In other cases, it says there was no reason why they could not go to live with their father, even though their mothers had sole custody or the father had not seen the children for years. Many of the letter addresses directly to the children concluded that it was your mother's personal decision to depart for the UK and you have not provided sufficient evidence to grant your visa on a serious or compelling ground. Can you hear that? This is heartbreaking. When I read this article, I was like, God, you see this country, they don't care about you. All they care about is the work you're here to do, to be honest. How can you come to the country when your employer has promised you and with the proof that the employer said, yes, you can come with your family. And then when you enter the country, only for them to deny your family. Now, let's say, for example, for single parents, there's some single parents that, when you're coming, you want to drop your children with your mom, with your friends, so that when you come to the country, you settle, before bringing these children. You watching me, if you're in the UK, we all know how difficult and challenging it can be getting accommodation here in the UK. It's hard, honestly speaking. It takes time to get this accommodation. So I don't blame these family members, these parents that left their children behind. And then only for the Home Office say, why can't these children stay permanently with their grandparents? So is it the Home Office that will not tell healthcare workers where they'll keep their children? Which is not fair. And imagine some persons are facing challenge when they bring the kids to the country. They will now start collecting their children, prognosing, saying, why did you do this to your child? Even things that are not really important, they put their eyes everywhere. Please don't mind me. I get upset anytime I read this article. It's so annoying, honestly. Like you could see that they are just so mean. I don't know if you understand. They are so mean. Like they don't care about anybody, only care about themselves. They care about their resources. They care about how they can make money. They care about how they can use immigrants. That's all they care about, which is not fair. All of this triggered the new update that just happened now. It was announced 26th of this month of April. It says UK policy denying visas to children of care workers faces legal challenge. So after the petition, seeing all of this article, healthcare workers coming out voicing their mind. Some of these are even NHS workers. Though. From the article I read, those people that their children visa were denied are healthcare workers working with the NHS. And NHS, honestly, sometimes can be busy. Not as if they even pay them that wow. Do you understand? It's not nice. It says, an organization that supports migrant workers has launched a legal challenge against the government's new policy to bar care workers from bringing children and partners to the UK, warning that it is tearing families apart. According to migrants at work, care workers have chosen between family life with their children and partner or getting a job as healthcare or social carer in the UK. They can no longer do both. And honestly speaking, I noticed that some persons are not choosing to go to like Ireland, Scotland. Like when this new policy was announced, some persons started like plan B. Do you understand? And he went further saying, the controversial policy which took effect last month has been introduced at a time when the vacancies rate in the adult social care workforce is almost 10%. The Home Secretary James Clever said that the change had been made to tighten up high levels of non-compliances as well as exploitation and abuse in the care sector. A report from the Migration Advisory Committee estimated that 236,000 full-time care staff will be needed across the UK in the next 11 years. A report to the Common Public Account Committee last month found that there are 152,000 vacancies in the care sector, 9.9 vacancy rate. The report said change had been introduced as at the time when social care workers shortage are of profound concern. The legal action argued that the policy is discriminatory on various grounds, including sex, race, in a breach of the policy sector equality duty. It's a claim that the Home Secretary has failed to take into account the need of care social workers. The founding chief executive of Migrants at Work said the Home Office changes to the health and social care visa will further exhibit the staff shortage in the adult social care. On top of this, carers who want to come to the UK are now facing an invidious choice. Either they take up a job that will contribute to their delivery of social care at a time of crisis in the UK or continue living with their children and partner. The new rule will not allow them to do both. We have also seen cases where prospective care workers have been told they have to leave the UK since the new rules have come in on the basis that their children are not permitted to stay in the UK as dependent. And the new rules are already tearing families apart, and the impact on the wider care sector will be disastrous. So guys, can you hear that? There's so much to read here, but I just read the few points that you guys will understand what is currently happening. So that means currently they are fighting legal action against this dependent for healthcare workers, because honestly, it's not fair. So many persons are like, okay, so does that mean after my post-study and I get sponsorship, I'll now send my children back to Nigeria to stay, with their maybe aunties, grandparents, when the father, the mother, both are still alive? That's not fair. And I don't think they will do that to their own people. That's the truth. They won't do that to their own people. And that's why they said if the child is born in Britain. So what is different between a child born in Britain and a child born outside the UK? Are they not the same parents? So why are they now discriminating? So this is obviously, discrimination, because there's no way you say a child born here should stay and a child born outside Nigeria should go back. It's not fair. So I am hoping that there will be big announcements soon after they finally make the decision. And at the same time, I feel like this election thing, the party that will win will also affect this, bringing dependent on healthcare worker visa. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're current on this, election policy things, you understand that some party are, supporting migrants, some party are against immigrants. So this election will still kind of impact in this final decision, but I'm still hoping that something will be announced soon, so you guys should just keep watching. Hopefully one of these days the big announcement will come into place where they will say Healthcare workers can now bring dependent to the UK. I know so many persons can't wait to hear this, because I've seen so many persons now bringing their children to the UK. Because honestly speaking, people, they deny their children from coming to the UK. It's not fair. Just imagine you're in the country, you apply for a visa for your children to come and join you, only for them to tell you that why can't they stay, you know, with their grandparents, with your friends, with your relatives. It's not fair. It's not just fair. So let's just keep hoping that this legal action will bring out something positive, like a good news from all of this that is happening. And please, whenever you hear things like petition against, you know, this and that, if you think it's something that will favor us, or why not sign the petition? It costs you nothing. You don't have to pay a dime for all of this petition. All you need is just maybe 1 to 2 minutes of your time to sign this petition. They will definitely go a long way. Those things I think they're not, you know, they're just nothing. Here is something, to be honest. Maybe back home we don't regard petition as anything, but here is something. So please, when you see things like that, sign petition for this one, sign petition for that one, look into it, and you know, just sign it. Well, if you're watching this, leave me your own opinion. Do you think they would change the law or the new rules of healthcare workers bringing dependent to the UK? Do you think they'll change it? Personally, I'm having like a positive, you know, feelings that it might happen after reading this article. Well, leave me a comment, your own opinion on all of this. I'll see you guys in my next post. Bye guys.